discussed last time. And just to summarize it, okay, your final answer for a game theory problem that was successfully reduced to a 2 by 2 matrix, okay, should include the strategies that both players will take, okay, U1, U3, C2, C3, and it should answer the proportion of time each strategy is to be used, okay? And then finally, it should give you the value of the game, okay? And this value is the same whether taken from the perspective of the union or taken from the perspective of the company. The value will be the same, okay? This only means that at optimum, the maximum increase in salary that the union will be able to negotiate is 1.305. And the maximum salary payout, okay, minimum salary payout that the company will be able to negotiate for is 1.305. They will converge at an equilibrium and at an optimum at 1.305. And then I ended by describing to you how we are going to operationalize our recommendation. Kasi if tayo as industrial engineers, we know how to use game theory, okay, the technique to solve for this, kailangan yung decision maker, masabihan natin kung paano nila i-operationalize yan. Diba? Kaya sabi ko, kunyari, bukas, may laro, may game, okay? A basketball game or this, ito, negotiation between the company and the union. Then, kailangan masabi mo kay union, o anong strategy ang gagamitin mo bukas. Masabi mo kay company, anong strategy mo gagamitin mo bukas. Or, dapat alam nila kung anong gagawin nila. So, ang suggestion lang natin is that we can use a random number generator, okay? And then, whatever number is generated, if it falls in this range, then you are to advise the union to use strategy 1. And if it falls in this range, you are to advise the union to use strategy 3. Ganon din sa company. So take note, 85% means that dapat you have 85 chances out of 100 random generations, okay, to use that strategy. Kaya 00 to 084. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, so random number generation lang para ma-operationalize natin yan. And then I summarized yung ano natin, yung approach natin, steps in solving a mixed strategy game theory problem. Mixed strategy, yung pure, alam nyo na yun. Okay, so number 1, use maximin minimax or either principle of dominance. Pwedeng diretso na kayo sa principle of dominance kung gusto nyo. Pagka wala kayong nakitang saddle point or hindi nyo ma-reduce yung matrix into a 1 by 1, then it means that it's a mixed strategy problem. Okay? So while solving for the problem, kasi sa exam, I won't tell you whether it's a pure or a mixed strategy problem. So ang first step nyo talaga is either to use maximin, minimax, or principle of dominance para makita ninyo kung may saddle point o wala. So pag walang saddle point, ibig sabihin, mixed strategy problem yan. So you proceed to number 2. Okay? Number 2 tells you to continue using the principle of dominance to reduce the game matrix. Kasi yung original game matrix, kailangan palitin nyo yun to make it, to simplify it. Lahat ng mga strategies na inferior, tanggalin nyo na. Both on the row player and the column player. Tanggalin nyo na lahat ng mga inferior strategies. When I say inferior strategies, these are the strategies wherein the returns are not good for the player. Okay? Kaya inferior. So now, when you have reduced the game matrix, you will now be able to see what strategies the player is supposed to use. Okay? So, number 3, use the analytical method to solve the proportion, yung diniscuss ko just a while ago, yun yung analytical method. Yung ine-equate natin yung expected value. Ginagamit lang natin ito kapag ka 2 by 2 yung game matrix after applying principle of dominance. Okay? Kapag ka 3 by 3 or higher, then you have to formulate an LP model. This is our lesson for today. Okay, and then number 5 is after you formulate the LP model, you'll have to solve for the value of the game, expected value of the game. And then I showed you this, okay, just to show you yung formula works.